Let's put that on video.
It's funny you say that,
Delete that, please.
You can't use that footage either.
God, I've been nearly 3.5 years nearly.
You were the OG.
Yeah.
Because once you left, because I've been watching your stuff for a long time, I've even made contact
I
with
got calls from everyone.
Yeah,
I
see?
literally got calls from all different brands.
Yeah.
Literally.
Because you were the first one to break away from the monolith, right? And tossing up, do I do my own thing or do I jump on what you were doing? And when I was watching, I was like, man, actually, shit, that worked out all right for you. And obviously, then, you know, nature happened and we got here.
The unfortunate part is I didn't have anyone to bounce off to talk about it, really. All right,
Brendan took ages.
Well,
I zoomed with him for 12 months before he came on board.
Yeah, and it was one of those things that I didn't actually have anywhere. All these guys is quite good. You can ring up and you can talk about it because I know exactly how it works.
So I would never, ever, ever, ever open an office for him because I know how much it costs. And it does. When I started there, which is like 7 years ago, they were leaders. So far ahead of the other agents at that point in time, it was not hard.
And we used to just talk about stuff. And when we talked about it, it was actually implemented and executed from people who are actually agents. Like, it was good, right?
And everyone's got all these great ideas, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, and nothing ever gets executed. It's all just ideas, stays ideas, and never go the next step.
What happened is everyone caught up. And now they're just another agent.
And what stories do you guys have from, crazy stories?
I was out doing an appraisal at a friend of mine's place in Pakenham.
Yeah.
There's a knock on the door while we're there. Bloke from 5 doors up the road knocks on the door, and Fiona answers the door, and he goes, oh, he's selling the house.
Oh, because he saw your car.
Oh, both cars.
Yeah, he was there with me.
Both brand new cars at the front.
And she said, yeah, I'll get Mark for it. So I went out, and Mum and Dad flew down on Friday this week. Saturday afternoon they had a look at it. Tuesday they made an offer, we finalised it today. And
So
it's
you're
sold
appraising the
30
house, people see your brand, they knock on the door because they're friends with the neighbours,
It's a good story for
and
them.
then boom.
Another property, I'm thinking this one's got body corporate. We didn't have the body corporate section 32 at that stage, so we didn't know how much it was. So I rang one of the neighbours through the database to find out how much body corporate was.
Yeah.
All right, and he goes, oh mate, I've split up with my missus, haven't been there for 5 years, about $1,100. Oh, you an agent, are you? Can you come around and appraise my house? And I've gone,
That was easy.
That's another one I thought,
Yeah.
Jesus.
See, that's what we call a prospecting call.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is.
No, we don't
Those.
prospect.
Yeah, exactly.
Important to understand.
I'm
we
obviously
don't
networking
prospect.
now, I don't do
We
prospecting.
network.
Yeah.
I got a list in from taking a cab to the airport. And I wasn't like telling him that I was in real estate or anything like that. We're just having, I wasn't trying to get any business or anything. I was in sales at the time. And we're just having human to human conversation. Then he goes, by the way, I know who you are. We're near the airport. And I go, what do you mean you know who I am? He goes, I know you're a real estate agent in the area. And I go, oh, like, do you live in the area? He's like, yeah. He goes, I'm selling my house and I'm going to sell with you because I've had a conversation with you and I see that, you know, I like you, you're a good person. And then I listed his house.
And I'm just
Stop
sitting in the
the
coffee shop because I just drink coffee all the time in coffee shops because that's how I do things. And there's 2 old ladies who would have been in their mid to late 70s and they're chatting away, and I got into a conversation with them. We're just chatting away, and they go, oh, what do you do? I said, I'm a real estate. She goes, oh, my husband passed away 6 months ago. We've got 3 acres out in Clyde North. We've got to sell. Can you give me a card? So yeah, I said, yeah, no worries. Give her a card, got her details. 3 months later, she rang me up. Went out, listened, so I'm just so
very
chatting.
That is his prospecting though. I've been to the one of the
It's
cafes that he
how-
goes to. Everyone's just like, hey, Mark, I was like, damn, I am living there.
So I'm in the coffee shop 4 days a week. At 11 to 12. It is how I prospect.
I didn't know what I was doing, right? But I was walking around. I was like, I didn't even have the vocab to even say this is, you know, I didn't know what the stone was, the timber was, or anything in the house. I would just go, this is the living room, this is the kitchen. Like anyone can do that, yeah? So I open up this gate, and because it goes onto the park, and I'm like, this is your backyard. You know, you don't have to pay for it, it's all yours. Imagine your kids running around. And there's kids, like 13, 14-year-olds, doing it. Right there at the gate. And I didn't know what to say because I'm like 19 and no authority, I just, no life experience. And the lady that was with us just told the kids, put your pants back up, what are you doing now? Go back to your house. They never bought the house,
I was going to
obviously.
say, that one, yeah.
I only first started, I was like 2 days in real estate and I was door knocking and it was grand final morning. Anyway, I was just talking to a builder in general, but I didn't realise 2 hours before that he had a big blue. He was a big builder. Well, not a big. Yeah, so anyway.
There you go, I know what it was.
He had a blue I rolled up, and after I had a conversation with him, which is just a basic sim, I knew nothing about real estate back then. All right. Sure enough, he sacked them, got rid of all the boards, a whole lot, and I reckon in that time, even today, I've probably made about off them, the whole family, and all the brothers, the sisters.
You don't know where it comes from.
And just you don't know where it comes from. So that simple speaking to people when you're first starting, it's just. And today, that lady's doing my bookkeeping. The daughter's doing my bookkeeping.
Wow.
Of the builder. He's retired in a nursing home.
You just sold another one of his just
I just sold another
recently.
one of his. I'm 2 days in real estate,
We all have our raving
and not
fans,
knowing
that's
really
all.
much about real estate at all, but just talking to people in general.
I had one of my past clients ring me yesterday to congratulate me on the move. I said, "How did you find out?" She said, "I've seen on Facebook." She said, "I know Michael well, Justine Cleanger."
She called me Fig Jam.
Yeah.
Did she tell you that?
I'd run the owner that actually just signed with another agent, actually with Boyd Jones, who's now with AS. I rang Boyd and said, "Mate, I've got a buyer for her. Look after her. She's a decent person." And she went around and bought it off him. Bought it offered for me if I wanted commission out of it. No, I just want good people to buy good homes, and we've just been in contact since.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you guys are Facebook friends?
Yep.
She saw you change, and she saw the struggle, the late hours, and the hell you go through when you're starting out. It's just tough, man. It's tough.
But yeah, you make some calls and your father and your computer sends some emails, whatever, and then you normally go home by about sort of 4:30. How is this real estate? This is great. 9 till 4, and apparently you earn millions of dollars. It's amazing, right? Yeah, no, that's well, no longer at Cayman.
When I started, it was 34% list and sell. So it was 20% list, 14% sell.
Yeah.
And that was good. It was good back in my day.
You know, the upper tier real estate agents back then might have been earning 100 grand a year. Now they're earning 400 or 500. It is not relative because the prices were that low and the commissions weren't that great. Yeah,
So what are you
sell
saying?
houses,
Which one
I think
are
we're
you saying
making
is
more
easier?
money now.
Really?
Easy. Oh, 100%.
By the time that you get your next, your next comms, because you've done so much door knocking and everything else, and I've only got one suit, I couldn't rotate it. It was gone. It was done from the sun. It was done from walking and chafing and stuff. So I'd have to, and shoes as well and everything. I remember, and petrol, and I remember going, wow. So basically, I'm working to stay in real estate. If I wasn't in real estate, I wouldn't need to buy a suit. I wouldn't need to have all these petrol costs. I wouldn't have all the marketing costs. Why am I bloody doing this? But then,
So you're working
after 2 years, bang, it exploded, and it was all worth it. And I don't know how people did it, because I lived at home and had no bills. And I struggled.
then.
I struggled.
You walk into this trade with no skills. You got some life skills or whatever that is, but it's a journey to get to a point, as always.
Yeah, but everyone always
The
thinks it's-
reality is, I look at what I do these days. There's no way 20 years ago I could do anything like I do now.
Yeah.
But it's just that journey.
I want to be them, and I'll get started in real estate tomorrow. It'll be great. But it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years
Could be 20 years.
before you actually get to that level.
So you did PT in? Did you guys? Any of you guys run a business?
I own Sports Power in Frankston and also Sports Power in Mornington at the same time.
You ran your own security there too.
Yeah, so we had that. We've done that for about probably 10 years. Yeah.
I remember that you still gave my son his first footy.
Yes.
Back in the day.
And rent's pretty good in Frankston.
No, it wasn't. So
Oh,
my rent was.
Where were you in
at
Frankston
the
then?
end. So we're in the shopping centre.
Yeah, okay. I thought the rent was okay there.
Yeah, what do you reckon it is?
How many squares?
187.
Okay, so got 200. How long ago?
Say 10 years.
Thank you.
Well, I know that you can get, not in the shopping centre, but on
you.
semi-main streets now, you can get it still for 50 grand.
No, 347,000 last year.
Oh.
But it was relevant
Nah,
to
you
our
go
takings.
broke, man.
No, but I mean, you're right. It was hard work, but the rent we were paying and then the wages and electricity, and it was lucky to be anything left. So as much as we were running a great business, it was being taken away by Gandal, which owns Chadstone. So yeah, you didn't have a
Easy to
choice.
miss it.
300 grand?
347. Well, I was actually in real estate first, and then I was like in real estate for like 4 or 5 years, and I thought, as much as real estate was good, I always wanted to have my own like sports shop, and the opportunity came up. So we brought it for practically a song, all right, and then changed it and revamped it, did the whole lot.
Thanks, eh?
And then one thing led to another, and it was really cool, loved it, and then ended up buying the Mornington store out. So that was a Sports Power in Mornington, so I brought that one out as well.
So how long after you started your first business did you get the second one in Mornington?
4 years.
Oh, that's quick.
Yeah.
What's a margin on a shoe, percentage-wise?
Oh, question.
100. Yeah, it's more depending on your volume. You'd always work on maybe 120, 130%.
That's fascinating.
All right.
There's a fun
Obviously, that's not
side.
profit. That's the margin.
No,
You
that's
obviously
right.
pay
yeah.
rent and everything
You've
else.
got rent, you've got wages, you've got all that kind of stuff, and GST, and then you've got your discounts.
So you buy a shoe
and
for $50 and you sell it for 100.
150.
My missus, before she married into royalty with me, she used to run Tommy Hilfiger Australia, and like she used to make samples and stuff, and then go get them made in Paris, New York, and all that stuff. She had a great job until I brought her down. But what we learned is that a Tommy Hilfiger polo, which you're buying for like 120, 130 bucks.
Yep.
Take a guess at how much that costs to make.
About $8.
$12.
$4.50.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. $4.50. They'll land it in the country for 50.
Yeah.
And as soon as it goes to David Jones, it becomes 100.
Yeah.
And then they put their profit on it from there.
That doesn't cost that much to make because what makes it is the marketing spend that they have. They spend
It
millions
does,
on
but
marketing.
also it's
Yeah.
how many channels it goes through.
Yeah.
So it goes through from the making it.
It's made in China.
All right. It goes to the wholesaler.
Yeah.
Then it goes to the shipping.
Yep.
Then it goes to the distributor.
Yeah.
All right. Then it goes
Everyone
to
takes a
Nike
leak.
or whatever. And then
Yep.
it goes from. There's so many people taking a cut. So
Yeah.
by the time it gets to you, it has to be that price.
You're exactly right. Yeah.
And that's what we do. We cut the middleman out.
Yeah.
Same thing in Area
Yeah.
Specialist.
7 middlemen. So I've learned something. It's actually called Nike, is it? It's not Nike. Potato. Well, you work for the
It
sports.
depends if you ride a bike.
Yeah. Yeah. So it depends on and they're all got colour codes too. So on every shoe's got
He
a
doesn't talk much, but when he talks,
It's interesting. A couple of months ago, I actually went to a conference, and they spoke a lot about AI and what AI is going to look like in the future. And they used the example that, say, for example, there's a video of me walking down the road, just talking about, could be talking about football. They then run it through. It could just be a PDF document. Just grab all the information out of the PDF document, hit convert, and then it's me walking down, mouth moving in time to everything,
Yeah.
reading out what was in that document.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's
not.
scary how much.
you do that right now.
Yep,
Yeah, they're
I've
doing
got-
it already.
That's what they're doing now. Yep.
I've
But at
played
the same
around with
time-
AI for the last few weeks to get it to
Thank you very much.
get your voice and to do all of that. All these companies will have AI prospecting to look for business, but then the consumers will have AI to answer the AI.
yes.
So really, the most powerful thing still will be old school,
Yep.
belly to belly, face to face,
Yep. Yeah.
having lunch, have dinner, have breakfast, have coffee, door knock. That's the stuff that it's going to be very hard to beat.
Yep.
Second round callbacks, all that. It's all text message now.
Yeah.
People will talk to you on text when they're ready.
Yeah.
But they want phone calls. Until they need you, then they'll blow up your phone. wanting to
Oh
call
yeah, ring you 10 times around. I've
Yeah.
been trying to get on
Well,
mine.
I mean,
Go
it's
around
at
there.
the-
But if you're doing callbacks on a Monday, 9 out of 10 don't answer.
Yeah.
You're waiting for you send a bulk text message out, all right, through Zenu, all right, you're getting replies left, right, and centre. All you want is, yes, you're interested, no, you're not, thank you for
Just
respecting.
let me know, man.
And then they reply back straight away. But you try calling someone,
At the same time, though, I actually think calling people back of a Monday from a Saturday open home's lazy real estate.
well, it's normally,
Saturday.
We're doing it
Yep,
straight away.
call them that afternoon.
We're
Yep.
doing it straight away because as soon as we've finished that open for inspection, they're getting a thank you for attending. Here's the section 32. They're getting it automatically, and they're getting the job form link to place the offer. So they're getting that automatically. So that's within 5-10 minutes after the open.
4 or 5 in the last 6 weeks. Like, I get
More
a
than that.
lot of traction through that little website thing. Was
No app for Zen.
What website thing?
Well, that's
the one that comes through Zendy, the area specialist one. So we've got area specialist Jay Shanae,
Yeah.
whatever, and it's our little website. It's got our listings on it. And you can whatever.
And you get inquiries through that.
I get appraisals through it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because I always want to start one of those. With never let us go back to the.
Yeah,
Never
because they don't want to make the agents strong.
But it works a treat. So people just go area specialist Jay Shanae, bang, it actually brings up our website.
Yeah, you'll come up first.
I used to do that with our photographer. Well, I still do. It's follow his photography page.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where he posts up his videos and all that kind of stuff before he actually pushes live and stuff.
Yeah.
So that one's about to come to market. I'm like, doing like it.
Well, mate, but if he's there, it probably means he's already got an authority on it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I can still let the neighbourhood know before the agent does.
Yeah, good point. Yep. Yeah, do you know what's funny about that? I always fascinated because agents do that around my listing. Not doing it, but I'll go, an agent already let me know what's coming up. I said, who let you know about my listing? It's fascinating. You're one of those guys.
Yep. But the person that does it really well in our area is Callum.
Dondas.
Yeah, it's when he first started with markets. It's our next door neighbours had put their place on the market. The day it actually was marked as sold before he'd even put the sold sign on it. Marcus was knocking on our door. So you wonder how he gets to zero to hero overnight. It's not from luck. It's just from doing the simple things and just doing really, really well. Yep.
Say you have an extra $1 million, right? You're still going to have a house. It's just going to be a little bit bigger. You're still going to have a boat, but it's just going to be a 1 or 2 meters longer.
One of the big things for me about the move is getting away from negativity. Being in a cancer culture office, discussions after I should be on the phone for 2 hours talking to different staff about the issues they were going through. So we'll notice a difference in us in our relationship. Within 3 days, I feel so much better already.
True, it's better for the home relationship too.
It just removes all of that. And for us, we're actually getting along better. Because otherwise, she'd be talking to someone, get a phone, you've been on it for 3 hours now. And so it's removed that. I've got to look after my family. It's about spending time with them and about actually being a quality parent. And it just sits so well when you're having the discussion. So when I speak with people, it's never about the money. They love hearing that it's about the family, it's about personal growth, that kind of stuff.
You running the business and not the business running you. So it's working a lot smarter now too.
And we all joked about that. Like now we work 2-3 days a week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're all in there 6 days a week thinking we have to do it. You don't.
Yeah.
You really don't. We do more work now in 2 days than what we did.
Now you do what you choose to do versus what you feel you have to do. And there's no one riding your coattails, and you get to decide whatever your journey is.
When your relationship's good at home, your business is going to kick ass too.
Yep.
That's it.
Because you're not going to feel guilty on that night that you need to stay back to get that list in. Because you already know at home you're good.
At least this way, it's more quality time. You're exactly that. You're not going out at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night to see a client. You're actually at home having dinner with your family.
But you're getting rewarded for effort, so
It's not about money for me. Like, if I got sick of real estate today, we'd just retire, and that'd be it, and we'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I still love what I do on a day-to-day basis, and that's my driver, and it's about that helping people and all that stuff. And it's a hard thing to sort of. It's a double-edged sword. I know we get paid really well for what we do, but I also see that we add a lot of value with what we do. In those circumstances. So it's always, I say to everyone, it's not my journey, it's yours.
guys, thank you very much.
Mate, it was awesome.
Really
Good to see
appreciate
you.
it.
That's
I'm still
expensive little bits there, mate. Thank you. Awesome.
All right, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Good to see you, mate.